Well, as we've continued to talk about, live theater is back, live performance, live music, live in-person art is back, wonderful opportunities to visit galleries as well, and Meridian Theatres at Centrepointe has so much available for everybody, and I'm joined here by the portfolio manager at Meridian Theatres at Centrepointe, Allan Sansom. Allan, welcome. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity to help get the word out.
Well, and you know, we were just talking about, going down memory lane, and what a great theater and art community we have here in Ottawa. Maybe you could just speak on that before we get to talking about some of the great performances.
Sure, yeah. I grew up like a 7-minute drive from Centrepointe in Leslie Park. So it's been this weird, long, circular journey that's brought me back home, basically. And I guess the dream I've had for a long time for the theaters at Centrepointe is that people think of them as their neighborhood art center.
Right.
Like the same way we've got a great sportsplex and we've got this beautiful rec center in Richcraft in Barrhaven out where I live. We've got a neighborhood art center in the form of the two theaters at Ben Franklin Place. So we work really hard to try and provide programming that is so widely varied that kids can come to the theater when they're at a younger age and have those experiences and then come back, to see the stuff as they grow up.
Yeah, let's expand on that. So what kind of productions do you put on at Centrepointe?
So I do my best to find as wide an assortment, if you like, as possible in terms of experiences. And by that I mean like different genres of music, different artistic disciplines like dance, a little bit of theater if I can find it, that kind of thing. And again, something that's going to appeal to as many different segments of our community as possible. So like, some folks might be more into Men of the Deeps because, they're of a certain vintage.
Right. Well, okay, you just kicked off where I'd like to go now, because you've got the rest of October, you've got some great performances, and one of them is Men of the Deeps. Let's talk about that. Well, how would you describe it?
Well, I mean, a more charming choir you will never meet.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because, we have a really loyal sort of Atlantic Canada kind of audience, and kind of Celtic music audience. And so fans of Men of the Deeps will know that they're all retired coal miners from Cape Breton. They used to be Rita McNeil's choir. And over the years touring with her, they kind of built their own fan base. And so when unfortunately Rita left us, there was still a fan base for the choir there, and they're successful. They're through town every 2 or 3 years like clockwork, and people can't get enough of them. So that one's next Wednesday, the 19th, and the show's at 7:30. Tickets are starting to move pretty quickly, so I wouldn't waste time.
CBC's the Debaters coming as well.
That's right. The week after, October 25 and 26, CBC's The Debaters. They're regular visitors as well. Centrepointe is actually the first, what we call soft seater, that the show ever played in when they decided to take the radio show on the road and do it as like a touring live show. So yeah, they'll do October 25 and 26, and I always tell people, this is a great value, a great deal. You get a lot of laughs for a very reasonable price. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the day after those two shows, we have a hip-hop dance crew that
amazing. I have seen them. I mean, this is one of the highlights for me that you guys have coming up.
Yeah,
Describe
I'm really
it for
stoked.
us.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about it because it's a world-class hip-hop dance crew that will be new to Ottawa. They're called Illabilities Dance Crew. So it's 7 artists that hail from all over the world. The piece originated as kind of the brainchild of Luca Lazy Legs Patuelli, who operates out of Montreal. And the piece is called Disconnect. And it starts with the premise of trying to find connection. And what could be more appropriate? Right now, so each of the dancers explores that premise in terms of the inner strength that they had to find through adversity and through being outside of society's norms, and it's good. So it's going to be a really uplifting evening. It's going to be an absolute gas, and they're going to hit it hard.
Honestly, it is a can't miss for those at home. I mean, all of them are, but this one in particular I'm excited about. You've also launched, the second half of the 2022-2023 2023 season. What can we expect coming up?
Yeah, so we still have other shows through the remainder of the year. In November, early November, we have Anne of Green Gables, the ballet.
Yeah.
So anybody who loves the books, who loves the musical, it's a brilliant, lovely dance adaptation of the musical that plays every summer in Charlottetown.
Yeah.
So it's all the same music. So if you've seen the show or wanted to see the show, it's really worth checking out. And then later, day after Remembrance Day, Serena Ryder's here, and those tickets will
Great
sell pretty
Canadian
quickly.
artist,
Yeah, for sure. And then in December, we have a show called Christmas with the Ennis Sisters. I had to book these women after I ended up seeing a video on Facebook of
I'm
their
not familiar with
performance
them.
on Remembrance Day at the Vimy Memorial in France.
Wow.
So it was a milestone kind of celebration, and I was just blown away.
Nice.
So if you're a fan of Atlantic Canada music, angel voices, like voices from heaven, and brilliant songwriting, you got to check that one.
We have time to highlight one last performance. What would you like to highlight?
Sure, yeah. So in the new year, Paddington Bear comes to Ottawa. Paddington Bear gets into a jam in February in Ottawa. There'll be 2 shows. Yeah.
Very nice. And again, as you're describing it, it's something for everyone, right? You've got It doesn't matter, what genre and what demographic you are. You've got something. The website, the best place to find out the entire schedule.
Yeah, we're available by the teleo phone too, 580-2700. But the website for sure, meridiancenterpointe.com, is where you can get more information about what I've talked about. And like you said, I'm here talking about 20 or 30 shows I program. There's
I
tons
apologize,
of others.
Alan. I have to stop you there. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah.